Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. It's time for our battle tutorial. And here's the thing, this game is gonna stop being easy now. But, this will only let us go through the first floor. So, block 1.
So, this is it, huh?
I hope I don't get lost.
Can you all hear me?
Whoa, is that you, Senpai?
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out.
Wait, you mean you can see inside here?
It's my persona's ability.
Yeah, so don't take your pants off.
I'd like to join you, but the structure of Tartarus changes from day to day. That's why outside support is imperative.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any minute. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
Why is she always like that?
So it's gonna step-by-step us through everything we have to do. Keep in mind these are real battles you'll be engaging in. Now, see if you can eliminate all the shadows wandering around on this floor. Like we have a choice. Okay. Boom. Treasure chest. And we're hoping to get a different persona from one of these random enemy drops. Watch out, I detect a shadow in front of you. Move in and hit it before it attacks you. So, to swing your weapon in the overworld dungeon area, you hit X. Like so. So, boom.
Takuba has informed me about your power, but nevertheless, you have minimal combat experience. Would you like me to explain the basics of battle?
Well, we kind of have to.
The primary offensive options available to you in battle are attack and skill. Attack corresponds to the weapon you've equipped, while skill relates to your persona's abilities. Though skills consume either stamina or spiritual power, they tend to have a greater effect. Use whichever option best suits the situation. Keep attacking until you've defeated the enemy, but pay careful attention to your stamina. That's it for now. Did you get all that?
So, essentially, skills are magic, attack is attack.
Okay, then I want you to defeat the enemy before you. Try using both the skill and attack options.
This enemy is weak to fire. Orpheus has a physical, a strike damage ability called Bash, and a fire damage ability called Edge.
You struck the enemy's weak point.
Here's a chance. Let's get him.
So, if you've attacked the enemy's weak point, it loses a turn, you gain another turn, and if you do that to all enemies, it gives you a chance to do an all-out attack. And we're gonna do that.
Get back here, you son of a...
Because they're funny.
A complete victory. Great job.
Alright, and we got a Snuff Soul, which is the item that restores our spirit points. There should be a staircase nearby. Do you see it? A staircase is the only way to proceed to the next floor. Can't allow you to go any higher today, but please remember about it next time. So we can't go up to level 2. There's another shadow ahead of you. You'll be at a disadvantage if the enemy gets the first hit in, so try to surprise your opponents and strike first. If you're able to strike the enemy before you are spotted, then you will gain the initiative. On the other hand, if the enemy hits you first, the opposite will occur. Like so.
Now's a good time for me to explain about attack properties, which are important to consider during battle. Do you want to know more?
Yes.
nearly every type of attack is associated with a particular property. For example, swords can be used to do slash attacks, while bows are used to do pierce attacks. Skills, on the other hand, have different properties. Bufu, for instance, indicates an ice attack. Now, most enemies are vulnerable to certain types of attacks. In other words, they have weaknesses. A fire skill will deal greater damage to an enemy that's weak against fire. With my power, I can analyze an enemy to determine its weaknesses and strengths. That falls under tactics.
Okay, so you can have her analyze an enemy by hitting the left, the L1 trigger. And yes, once you've analyzed an enemy, you get the results right away. If the question mark appears, the enemy that has not been previously analyzed. Yes, see.
Do you follow?
Yes.
The enemies you're facing have a weakness that you can exploit. Why don't you give it a try?
So we could, theoretically, Cowardly Maya is the name of this enemy. We could ask her.
I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
But now we're gonna have to just, like, attack, because she won't get it done. We'll kill this thing too fast.
Please hit! This thing
Kill
won't
some
give
time.
up!
Fire is effective. Do you have Agi skills?
See, there we go. See, Aji skills? So it's Aji, apparently, is the pronunciation.
Can't lose.
Only one more.
Just one more!
A wisely chosen attack.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack!
So,
What a stunning victory.
and we got a revival bead. I don't know what a revival bead does. So let's check it in items, huh? Restores revives an ally, restoring 50. Okay, so it's a phoenix down, essentially. Medicine is our heal item. Makes sense, right? Okay, approach carefully to avoid being spotted. The map will prove to be quite useful as you explore, so use it often. Well, that was a failure.
Were you able to exploit the enemy's weakness in the last battle? If you didn't already notice, doing so will also grant you an additional attack. Would you like more details?
I have to have more details because this is a let's play.
An enemy will lose its balance if you exploit its weakness or land a critical hit. This will give you the opportunity to perform an additional action. In other words, you'll get to do one more thing. You can keep attacking the same enemy, or if you prefer, attack a different target. And if you succeed in knocking another enemy off balance, then you can act yet again. Which means you can remain on the offensive for as long as you can keep this up. This strategy is essential to securing victory.
It's essential for boss fights.
However, remember this. An enemy that's already lost its balance cannot be knocked off balance again. You can't knock down someone who's lying on the ground, right? It's the same idea.
That's actually very well explained.
Now, to knock an enemy off balance, you need to know its weaknesses. So don't hesitate to ask me for an analysis. I'll be sure to share the results with the others as well. Got it?
Yeah.
Then proceed with the battle. Use what you've learned to quickly dispose of the enemy.
Okay, so clearly the point here is just to do this to all three enemies. And yeah, we're gonna see the shoot in the head animation.
The enemy is vulnerable. Attack!
We're gonna see the shoot in the head animation anytime we use a control skill, which is a lot.
You attacked the enemy's weak point.
Nice!
You get desensitized to it very quickly.
The enemy is vulnerable. Keep going.
Here's our chance. Let's get him.
So this is when you really want an all-out attack, right?
Son of a...
You have the potential to grow even stronger.
Alright. So mysterious cards have appeared in your mind. This is a random drop mechanic. Alright? So what's gonna happen, these cards will shuffle themselves up, and we will pick them. Now, there's all 4 suits of the minor arcana of the tarot. So swords, cups, wands, and coins. Wands increase your experience. Swords give you weapons, like a weapon drop. Coins give you money. Cups restore your stats. I think mainly your hit points. And then the character card is a persona. That is the pixie persona, and we want it. It's a healing persona. So, yes, the way that this will work is when we get drops, we will, what we will want is, our priority will be new personas first, and then below that it will be, money experience or healing. Money or experience, and then healing below that. Swords will be the thing we'll prioritize the lowest, because the items they drop are really crappy. But let's see if we can follow this shuffle and get the pixie persona. You wonder if this is what Igor was talking about. Okay, select a card from the one shuffle before your eyes. If you pick a card with a persona on it, then you will receive that persona. There are other cards, each of which has a unique effect or reward. Keep an eye on the card you want and try to pick it. So we'll try. Okay, that was easy. It's the first one. There we go. We have the pixie persona. And we got a snuff soul. And we got a level up. Alright, well that's optimal.
Yes! My skill level has increased.
That was exactly what we wanted to have happen. She detects a shadow up ahead. This is the last one. How are you feeling? If you or another party member is in bad shape, then use healing items prior to engaging the enemy. If you don't have anything on hand, then ask Takaba to heal you. You should make a habit of checking your status before entering into a battle. True, and you can just talk to her, and she'll check status or equipment. That's how you check their statuses rather than your own, and you can request healing from her, and she'll heal the whole party. It's great. Well, I got it.
There is a better way to defeat all of your enemies in battle than to attack them individually.
And we've seen this. She's going to talk about all-out attacks, but we're going to go through it.
You can perform an all-out attack. Would you care to hear more about this?
Well, yes, I would.
When enemies are thrown off balance, they become vulnerable. An all-out attack will allow your entire team to attack simultaneously. Your enemies will be unable to defend against it. It's a very reliable method of attack. Whether or not you want to perform an all-out attack is up to you. But remember, you cannot perform it when you're alone. So if you want to have it in your arsenal, make sure your team's comprised of at least 2 members. That's all you need to know about all-out attacks. Do you understand what I've just explained to you?
Yeah, I actually do.
Then, that concludes the basics of battle. But there's one last thing I need to tell you. Shadows become stronger the further you advance. If you don't think you can win a battle, retreat at once. There may be times, however, when an escape will be impossible. This battle is one of those times. Good luck.
And it doesn't matter, because if we just Aggie this up, we're good. I think that's how she pronounced it.
Vulnerable. Nice.
Keep going. You exploited the enemy's weakness.
Nice.
Attack again.
Awesome!
A wisely chosen attack.
Here's our chance. Let's get him! Get back here, you son of a...
You have the potential to grow even stronger.
Alright, well we already have the pixie persona, and if we get it again, it'll just give us nothing. See? Alright, Snuff Soul is a welcome addition to stuff.
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Oh, I missed his dialogue about leveling up. That's odd. Usually there are more shadows on the prowl. Well, at least you gained some experience in battle. Let's go back to the dorm for the day. There should be an access point somewhere on that floor. You can use it to return to the entrance. Since there aren't any enemies to worry about, why don't you split up and search individually? Just tell the other party members what you'd like them to do. So she's gonna make us split up. So you press the square button, split up, and yeah, they'll go look for stuff. If they are not very strong, they can easily fall prey to the enemy. And they'll yell, "I've been caught," and you can come find them. Be sure to keep an eye on their HP. So,
Everyone, spread out and proceed individually.
Alright, that's the last item on the floor. And then, Yukari will find the access point, and we can just, let's go back, because we don't have any other options. Okay, then let's go.
Welcome back. So, how was it?
I'm exhausted.
It must have hit you all at once. Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
Wow, I never knew I had that kind of power. We kicked some ass. But damn, I'm beat.
That's because you were bouncing around like a little kid.
Yeah, you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, actually.
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily. Don't worry though, you'll adapt. But I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected.
That's rude. Like,
at this rate, they'll catch up to you in no time, Akihiko.
We'll see about that.
okay, a mysterious voice rings in your head. Thou art I, and I am thou! Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Fool Arcana. So let's talk about social links for a minute. So there's a social link for every one of the major arcana in the tarot. I don't know, 24 of them, I think? I don't even remember, it's been so long since I read tarot cards. Anyway, and they involve your relationship with other people. The Fool one is you and your team, and how your relationship progresses. But there are going to be, as you gain friends in school, you will gain more of these. And it's a point value system based on how you interact with other people. That and increasing our stats is going to keep us busy 24/7 throughout this entire game. We are going to pack our days with as much stat increasing social link. Like, we will be trying to level up one of these every day for a long time. Not including tomorrow. Tomorrow we won't be doing that. So, the Fool one is automatic, at least for a while. I haven't played far enough into the future to know if it stops being automatic. But, we will have to talk about this a little more, because it's rough. Like, I'm actually very unfamiliar with this game. And so I'm literally compiling a calendar walkthrough of my own by combining the information from 3 different walkthroughs. One that completely just deals with the social links, one that completely just deals with calendar activities and stats increasing, and one that is a general walkthrough of running through this dungeon. And it makes it, there's some really tight goals we have to hit by getting our stats up to certain levels so that we can unlock these when we can. And there are some very tight goals about getting certain personas before certain social interactions, because having personas that fall into these levels increases the point values of the social interactions, which allows us to level on schedule. It's gonna be rough. There's gonna be so much saving and playing to get perfect runs for you guys, but you know what? It's been a long time since I've really dove into an RPG, and this one's pretty thick. So, yes, more on that later when we come back. Bye, everybody.